Let's review some basics from last year regarding posting classwork, sending announcements, and using the activity library. This year we have some exciting news for our TK to 3rd grade students. This year they'll be automatically placed into your Seesaw classes. We will have a true sync between Clever and Seesaw. The students in your class rosters in Synergy will be automatically loaded into your classes via Seesaw. All your students have to do is log into Clever with their Google account, click on the Seesaw icon, and they'll be taken directly to your Seesaw class and automatically logged in. If you are new to Seesaw, you're going to head over to app.seesaw.me. This will be the initial page. You want to select I'm a teacher. Once you go through there, you'll either be prompted to sign in, as in this is my default because I've used it before. If not, it'll take you to create an account. Please be sure to sign in with Teacher Sign Up with Google. Even when you go after you create your account, even with the sign in, always select on Teacher Sign In with Google. Then it'll bring up your Google account, so you want to ensure that you select your district Google account to log in. And once you go through, it logs in. You will get your classes on the left side here. So you can see it says Bhavani Patel, and there's a few classes here. So if this is your first time, you want to create new class. You want to select that. You have the option to import from Google Classroom, or you can name and start. So for today's example, I'm going to show, and as a tip, I do recommend putting the year. And again, I'm going to demo it as if I was not TK to 3rd grade, because this will already be created in there. Other grade levels, you'll select your grade. We'll click on the check mark, and this is your brand new class. So now for you to get your students logged in, you want to go ahead and click on students. So this part is important. It says add students to class. Do you want students to sign into Seesaw using their Google account or email address? We want to click on yes, because we are going to be using Clever. It'll be the easiest method. So as soon as your students sign into Clever with their Google account, they can click on Seesaw and then sign in with Google that way as well. So I'm going to click on yes. Here are some things to pay attention to. It goes through the directions, so you can send this to your students of how they would sign in. Again, we want to use a communication tool. For example, if you don't have a platform already, please use the Synergy communication. Here's something to keep in mind, this code. So type this code in to join your class. Students will only use this code once. That means the first time the students log into Clever and they go through Seesaw from Clever, they will be asked to put this code in. Keep in mind right here, it says expires August 5th. So for security reasons for Seesaw, their codes do expire 7 days. So that will be a little tricky if your students don't log in. Since the time you've created this code will expire. And then you have the option right here to email students with instructions. So once I click on that, it shows the message, and all I have to do is copy and paste this message into an email. So whether I'm using Synergy Communication or if I'm using Class Dojo, whatever communication platform you have, you can send this to your parents to help the students get logged in. So this is the login process we're going to use for students that are not TK to 3. Those will automatically be logged in. This is for any other grade level. In order to send invites, I need to be logged into my Seesaw account, and I want to go towards the bottom where it says families. So again, this will be part of the onboarding process to get your parents connected to the Seesaw accounts. So once I click on families, you'll see that this is a demo account. So you'll see their sample students on the left, and there's a spot for me to enter in their email address or their mobile number. Again, I'm going to use Synergy Communication to find that information. So I can go through and type their email in. You'll notice on invite status, it'll say that the invite was sent, which parents are connected, and which parents are not connected. Your options are up here to invite family members. You can print invites, and once you do that, you do have a drop-down menu to select the appropriate language. And then when you'll get it as a PDF, and you'll see that it's for each individual child. It's their family invite, so it's a QR code, and it also tells them how they can connect to the family app from their smartphone. It does work on iOS and Android, or how they can connect with the link from their computer. So that's one way to connect with them, as I said, or you can email. And the third way also is share an invite link. If I click on that, it says copy and share this invite link. So again, you can use it in another communication platform form that you prefer. You have this link right here that you can copy. It does say right here that they can set up their own accounts by clicking on this link and choosing their child. Once they've set up, they will be prompted to be approved by you as a teacher for each student. You are able to invite up to 10 family members per child. So this is one way where we can onboard our parents and have them join our Seesaw, is by using their email or phone number, sending a link, or sending paper invites with the QR code as well. Again, this is a quick way to invite parents to join our Seesaw classes. As a refresher, to post into the student journals, you want to be logged into your Seesaw account. We always go to the green plus sign to add, and you have the option from here to post to student work, to assign activity, or send an announcement. For post to student work, you have your same options that we had last year. You have photo, drawing, video. You can upload a file, photo, or video, note, and a link if you were going to send websites to students or links to different documents. So that would be the options you can do to post to student work. Your next option was to assign an activity. And so this was a review of, there was plenty of activities in our activity library. You have 3 sections. You have My Library, School and District, and Community. You may not have access to School and District depending on your account. Remember, TK to 3rd grade, teachers have access to the premium account for Seesaw. This is activity library that has been created by other teachers and TOSAs in our district. So you can see it says My School and District. Here are the kindergarten activities. There's 283. I can go up to the top and sort by grade level. So I can click which grade level I'm interested in. You can sort by the subject area. You can go to the next one and sort by schools as well. Or you can go through. You can see that I have everyone's because I'm considered one of the administrators on the account. So depending on your access level, you may have different options that show up here. I wanted to show you the community one. This is built by other educators and they're openly shared. So you have various topics here that I can start with, or as always, I can start the search by grade level and by subject area. So for today's example, I'm going to click on this first one that says Getting Started with Seesaw in Kindergarten. So I can click on there and I can see some sample activities that are there. So maybe I wanted to do the activity 3, Get to Know You. So I can click on it. It'll open it up. It shows me the directions. There's teacher notes that the educator that created gave a little background on it. And then it shows you how many teachers liked it, what it's compatible with. So if this is something I like, and you can see that the author is by Seesaw themselves, I can go ahead and heart, and if I heart it, that means it adds it to my library automatically, or I can assign it directly from here. So if I click on Assign, I can choose the class that I want it to go to, and all I have to do is click Assign. And now that activity is being assigned to my students, and it goes over the directions. The students will sign in, and then they can go in and they can respond. So this is basically how we use the activity library. Again, you have My Library. So these are ones that you personally have favorited. And then if there's something that you favorite yourself, you can go ahead and open it up. You can see that this was an example of a Monday reflection. It was just something easy for 2 things I learned today. I have the edit option, so I can go through and click on the 3 dots, and I can copy and edit the activity. So if I go through and add something to my library, that gives me the opportunity to edit that assignment. So that's a good tip to keep in mind of you can always start searching in the community, and then if you find an activity, always go ahead and you can click on that little heart, add it to your library, and then you can edit. So that's the basics of using the activity library. And the last thing that we can do is we can create announcements and send announcements. So for that, I can click on send announcement, and I have the option here of who do I want to send the announcement to. So if I click on the arrow, does it go to all my students, to all family members, or do I want that message to go to all students and family members? And here is where I can write and type out my announcement, and I can also attach any of these tools. So if I had some sort of file I wanted to attach, I can attach it here. And once you have that, and you can just press send now. So those are the 3 basic ways that we're going to use Seesaw to be able to post. So post student work, assign activities, or send announcements. You will get notifications when students have completed their work. You are able to approve, delete, and leave comments on student work. If you use Seesaw on a mobile app, please make sure the app is updated so you have the newest updates. Today we'll be exploring how to add videos to the canvas. Canvas is what Seesaw formerly used to call the drawing tool. We'll also be going over how to add multiple links and how to use the draw and record tool across multiple pages for the Seesaw for Schools accounts. You're able to create a video right within Seesaw by tapping here. For the newest update, which is in the canvas, or also known as the drawing, we're going to click on here to open that up, and the newest update allows us to create videos and embed them directly in here. So if I go to the camera icon, you'll see that you can upload and take a photo. You can upload it and create a video. I have one already on my desktop for an example today, so I'm going to upload that one. This essentially was a video of me going over sight words. So that's a video that I can put right in here, and I can move it around, and I can use and drag the edges and place that video anywhere in here. Now this is a great update because this allows me to make multimedia in one spot and increase engagement in terms of, instead of having to have students go to a different location to watch a video and how to do this, I can put that right in here. So this is me recording myself. I'm talking to the students. I'm going over sight words and we're spelling and saying them. So an example would be to create this as an activity. I can use these features that are right within the drawing tool and make an activity for students to do. So here is an example. This is an example of the sight words with the video that I created, essentially. And then these are the directions that I have for my students to do. They have to watch the video, say and spell the words with me, and then right here on this canvas is where they'll type or they'll write their words below using the tools that are right within the drawing tool. Now if I wanted to go ahead and make a screencast of this and maybe record this for my students who have trouble reading these directions, then I can go through right here and click on the microphone, and then it says record your voice, and so I can start recording. So over here, good morning boys and girls. Today we're going to practice our sight words. Please watch the video. You're going to follow along with me and we're going to say and spell the words together. And when you're done, please type or write them below. Once I'm done, I'll go ahead and I'll click on the done button right here. And now this essentially is a screencast of that. Now if I click on it, you can see that it adds it right onto the canvas, and I can go ahead and move it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the the dots on the edges, and take that screencast recording and minimize it. And I'm going to lay it right here as well. And so essentially when I push this out to students, if they're not sure what to do, this has that recording that's me talking to them, telling them how they're going to use it. If you wanted it in a different spot, you can move it. I can go ahead and still add directions on it, and I can say, watch this first. And then I'm going to use my tool to move it, and maybe I want to make that in a different color or something that pops out a little bit more, then I have that there. And so then the students know that, okay, this is what we need to watch to know what the directions are, and then they can interact here. So this is a great feature of using this with students to be able to put videos right within Seesaw. The next update is about being able to add multiple links here. So I can embed links. I can go ahead and click on the 3 dots within the canvas or the drawing tool, and you'll see an option now for link. So I can go ahead and copy and paste a link and add it in, and it may take a few seconds to load. So let's say this is a fluency passage I want my students to read. As always, I can resize and move it where I'd like, but now I can add another link in here as well. So for example, let's say I want to embed a timer right within here. I can go to YouTube, find a timer that I like, and I can again go to my 3 dots, link, paste it, and now you can embed a YouTube video, which for this example I'm using as a timer, and the students are able to turn on the timer and practice reading. So this is an example of adding multiple links. Here is another example. For example, I made one for doing Wellness Wednesdays, and these are links to other videos. For example, I borrowed these from Grace from KidGrid, and so if I wanted my students to have a choice, I can create essentially a choice board with multiple links. So again, another update with Seesaw, being able to add multiple links into your canvas. The next update I'm going to show is for our paid accounts. Now with our paid accounts, when we create multiple pages, we're able to link between. So here's an example of an assignment that I'd be creating where I want students to be able to watch a video, read an article, and maybe explore. And so because I'm going to create multiple pages, so you can see this is the first page, then I have an activity set up on the second page for students to drag and drop. I've embedded the video for them to watch for the life cycle of a butterfly, and then they'll go through and drag and drop in the correct order. So if I wanted to link, now I can link from multiple pages. So for example, I can click on this Show What You Learned, and you'll see the 3 dots, and this is where that new feature is. If you click on it, you can add link. So now I've showed previously that you could link to outside resources. Here's the new option of where you can link to pages. So I can go ahead and click on page 2. So that means when the students are working here, they'll click on this link and it'll automatically take them to the assignment on page 2. So this allows for you to create links in between your posts as well. So an example of using this would be something great for hyperdocs type of activity where students can go to multiple places. Do keep in mind that if you link to outside sources, you will have to have the kids come back into Seesaw to keep working. So that's a little tip to keep in mind. But again, you're now able to link in multiple page posts. Also, another tip is you do have the option when you click on the 3 dots, you can lock certain things. So that means accidentally, so the students don't delete. So for example, if I was going to go ahead and take this video right here and I don't want students to delete, I do want to go ahead and click on the 3 dots, and I do want to lock that. That means that now the students won't be able to delete that on accident. So these were just some of the newest updates for Seesaw. You can find additional resources at our PSUSD Seesaw Hub. You can find tutorials, reference guides. There is a section for family connection. So if you would like to send tutorials home for parents or students, there's some videos in English and Spanish available that might be helpful to help students and parents start off with Seesaw. There's also a section for professional development if you're looking for further PD on Seesaw. And there's also reference guides as well. So please be sure to bookmark this bit.ly for our Seesaw Hub. Thank you.